sitting comfortably. Just give yourself a little bit of time to settle down. Have a little move around if you need to readjust your position so you're able to relax. And then we'll close the eyes and just relax around the eyes. Not having to worry about anything else, not having to do anything else. Setting aside this time for you. There will be times throughout the session where your mind will go off to somewhere else. You'll be thinking about other things, and that's fine. Just notice where your thoughts go to, and then bring your awareness back onto your body and also onto your breath. I'm just going to breathe in through the nose and breathe out, feeling everything settling down. And then starting to move the body, we're going to just roll around the right shoulder. As the right shoulder will move. It's just a gentle movement. Seeing how that feels on that side. And going around the other way. And keeping that shoulder relaxed down, circle the other shoulder around. Notice if this shoulder feels any different to the other shoulder. And going the other way. Then going to bring the shoulders up to the ears. And release the shoulders down away from the ears. So we're going to inhale as the shoulders lift up. And exhale as the shoulders fall down. And again, just imagining you're sighing away any tension. And once more. Keep the shoulders relaxed down. Nudge your chin down to your chest. Feel the stretch coming into the back of the neck. Shoulders will stay relaxed. And just gently roll your head side to side. And then keeping your head down so the chin comes back to the chest. If you want to, bring your hands to lightly press onto the back of the head. Pause here. Feel that stretch a little bit more into the neck. And bringing the head up. Take your hands behind you. Open out across your chest, so holding onto the hands, draw your shoulders back. Feel that stretch through the front of the body. And then you're going to keep the hands together, so you might clasp your hands and just move your hands towards your right hip, or towards that right side of your lower back. And then you're going to tilt your head to the right. So your right ear will fall down to your right shoulder. And feel a stretch into the side of the neck. And then coming through the center, take the hands over to the other side. And then tilt the head the other way. Back to the center. We'll release the hands down and we're going to come into a side stretch. So we're going to take the left hand to the floor. The right arm is going to come over. And you're going to think of your chest lifting up towards the ceiling. So you might look up there, but just stay relaxed into the neck. Feel the side of the body opening as you breathe in. And then breathe out, come over to the other side. Just moving slowly, reaching the other arm up. Feel the side of the body opening up. Inhale. And then exhale, just coming back up through the center. Okay. We'll have the hands behind and we're just going to release the feet to the floor. We'll have the knees bent. Keep the shoulders open here as you rest back onto the hands. Let's do our little windscreen wipe with the knees from side to side. Bringing some movement there into the hips. Bring the knees one way and the other way. And then, keeping the knees to the right, you're then going to turn your chest round towards your right knee. So the left hip will lift up slightly. Walk your hands over your right leg. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, you might start to lower the chest down a little bit closer towards the right leg. And again, breathing in. Breathing out just to go a little bit further. You can always change the angle of your legs here if you need. You are going to relax around the back. Let the neck relax too. And maybe where you are, it just feels right for you here. Or you can also change the position of the upper body. So you might move around more towards your foot. That might change where you feel the stretch, or you might go more to the knee. And just finding a good spot for you, which feels nice in the back. Take a breath in and out. Okay, and then we gently come up, ready to go to the other side. So dropping the knees the other way. So we're rolling in through one hip, turning out through the other hip. Readjust your position of the legs if you need. Breathe in, breathe out, start to come over the left leg. And you can readjust the position of the upper body if you want to, or just stay there as you are. Relax into this lovely stretch. Okay, come back up with the chest. And then turning out through both hips, we'll bring the soles of the feet together into butterfly. Just hold on to your ankles, find a little bit of length through your spine. And then we're going to place the right hand back behind, and you can bring your other hand across to your knee, just for a little twist. But make sure the knees don't start to lift here, just stay relaxed around the hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then take it over to the other side into this twist, drawing the shoulders back, finding that length through the spine. We'll come back to the center. We'll then lengthen forwards here into our butterfly to feel that stretch a little bit more around the insides of the legs, around the hips. If you need to move your feet a bit further in front, you can, you might find that feels a little bit better for you. Just let your neck relax again, shoulders relaxed. Continue to breathe slowly. Okay, and then coming up with the head, bringing your knees together. We're going to move ourselves onto the hands and knees, moving yourself around. And then stretching the arms in front. Bring your big toes to touch, knees wide. You're going to bring your bottom back towards your heels. So you're coming into your child's pose, but then we're going to press it back up. So just move in and out of it. Keeping the arms long in front, lifting the hips up and down. Breathe in as you lift up, and breathe out as you come back. Do 2 more. And keeping the hips back, we're going to take the hands to the left. Find a bit more of a stretch into the right side, especially around the backs of the ribs. You might bring your right hand on top of the left. Breathe in, out. And then move it over to the other side. Left hand comes on top of the right. Feel that opening around the left side. Breathing in and out. And then we'll bring it back to the middle. Lift your hips up. Come into an all-four position. We're going to take the right knee off the floor and you're going to flex your right foot. And we're going to circle the right leg around. So we're going to do some hip circles. Lifting the knee up and out to the side. A little bit of a switch on into the bottom as well. And then change direction going around the other way. And your right knee is going to cross behind your left leg. So you're going to bring your right knee down to the floor. So your thighs are touching. And keeping your left hand to the ground, just carefully reach your right arm up. Just going to open out through the right shoulder. Pushing the left hand to the ground. Breathe in. And then breathe out, come back through the center, bring your right knee back to where it should be, underneath your hip. And then we'll take the left knee up, flex the left foot, and let's circle around into the hip. Squeezing out any clicks that may be there through the hip. Going around the other way. We're going to cross the left knee behind, so your thighs are going to touch. Left knee comes down. Twist around, reach your left arm up. Push the right hand to the floor. Open out across the chest. Deep breath in. And then exhale, come back, hands and knees. Find a little cat-cow. Flexing and lengthening the spine. See how that feels into your back now. And then we're going to come forwards with the right foot. And then let's come up into a lunge position. So we'll have the legs in more of a right angle position here. Going to have your right hand onto your right hip, other arm lifts up. And then getting your balance slightly, you're going to come over into a side stretch. So opening out through the left side. Take a breath in. And then out. Come back through the middle, but then place your left hand down to the floor. Your right hand is going to come behind your head, and then you're going to twist it round, lift your right elbow up, and then rotate your chest back down towards the floor. So you can press your head into your hand, twist it round, and rotate the chest back down. Do one more of those. Twist round, and back to the center. Okay, place the right hand down, come back onto that right knee, and then we'll switch legs. So we'll have the left foot forwards, find your lunge, get your balance, reach the right arm up and come into a side stretch. Breathing into the right side of the body. And then we'll come through the center, bringing your hand down. Left hand comes behind the head. And then we're going to inhale, twist it open to the side. And exhale, rotate the chest back down. See if it feels any easier on this side, or maybe it's a little harder. Rotate. One more. Okay then. Going to come into a forward fold. So we'll bring the right foot forwards, just bend your knees as you come onto your feet. Hold onto your elbows. Let the head drop down. If it's too strong, just come up a little bit if you need to. But if you're able to, just relax here for a moment. Breathe in. And then exhale, let your arms fall down, just slowly roll up to stand. Take your time to come up onto your feet. Okay, and as you come up, you're just going to bring your fingertips onto your shoulders. Let's take some nice big shoulder rolls. And the other way. So a bit like what we just did when we were kneeling, we're going to come into a lunge position, have the right foot in front, and we'll have the left leg behind. So we're just going to get our balance here, bending through that front knee, but you can also bend through your back knee a little bit there, just for a little bit of buoyancy. You're going to come into that side stretch again, so your left arm will come up, and then take that little side stretch, just mind your balance. Leaning to the right. And then come back to the center. Now as you come back to the center, bring your hands together. Bring your thumbs to the center of your chest. Again, just minding your balance here. Rotate towards the right. So the legs and the hips are staying where they are. Just twisting to the right and then come back to the center. So we're going to go again, twist to the right and center. We'll try one more. Lower body is staying where it is. And back to the center. Okay, as you come back, let's place the back foot to the floor. So we'll straighten out through the legs. Back foot will be slightly turned out, legs are going to be long. Push your feet to the floor, lift up. And then as you breathe out, come down over your right leg into pyramid pose. So you can slide your hands down, lengthen through your spine. Legs are nice and strong. Take your breath in and out. Okay, soften through that right knee. Step your left foot forwards. Come back over the legs into that forward fold. Breathe in and breathe out to roll up to stand. Okay, as we come up, we'll take that all onto the other side. So stepping back with your right foot, bending into your left knee, just finding your feet here. Once you've got your balance, reach the right arm up and come into that little side stretch, opening out through the right side. And then we'll come back to the center. We'll bring the palms together. You're going to twist it around to the left. So your thumbs are going to stay to the center of your chest. Rotate back around. So it's not just the arms that are moving, you're bringing that movement into the spine. Do one more, rotating around. And back to the center. Okay, as you come back, we'll come into our pyramid pose. So bring your back foot in a little bit there. Straighten out through the legs, breathe in. And then breathe out, lengthen over the left leg. Keeping the spine long. Hands can come to your thigh or your shin. Breathe in. Breathing out. And soften through the left knee. Step your right foot forwards. Come back over your legs into a forward fold. And then from here, bend your knees, bring your hands to the floor. If you can, step back to your plank. We're just going to bring ourselves down to lie on our fronts. Just coming all the way down onto the floor. And as you come down, bring your hands underneath your forehead, relax through the shoulders. Take a little bend to your knees. So feet will be off the floor. Find some movement into your ankles. Circling around. And then just find a little sway of the legs side to side. Okay, and then we'll lengthen the legs out long. And switching on your bottom muscles. We want to have the bottom muscles engaged now as we come into our cobra. So your hands are going to move around by your shoulders, stretch the hands across the floor, elbows into your sides. And then you're going to lengthen your spine and then lift away from the floor to come into your cobra. Feel that length through the spine, that strength through the back, and then lower back down. Take that again. We'll lift away from the floor, breathe in, and exhale. Couple more. Keep the head in line so your neck is long, chin is drawing in slightly to lengthen through the neck. Each time you might just come up that little bit higher, but just see how it feels in your back. We're going to do one more. Release it down. Okay. As you come down, reach your right arm out to the side. Palm will be down. keeping your right arm to the floor. You're going to push with your left hand to come onto your right side. So your shoulder, your right shoulder is going to sink into the ground. You might just keep your legs together here, or bend your top knee and pop your left foot behind your right leg. We're coming into a little bit of a twist, a shoulder stretch, and we're also opening out through the front of the body. See how that feels? Relax through the neck so your head might be down on the floor. Breathe. Remember, we're always coming back to the breath, and the mind might start to wander off. And then we'll come through the center. Let's switch to the other side. Right hand comes in, left arm reaches out long, and then we roll onto the left side. Either leg stacked or bend your top knee. Bring your right foot behind your leg, left leg, and relax. Take one more breath. And then bring everything back to the center. As you come back, bring your right hand underneath your forehead, bend your left knee and reach back to your foot, and draw your heel towards your bottom. Find a nice little stretch through the front of the thigh, into the leg. And then release down and switch to the other side, bending the other knee, reaching back, drawing the heel to the bottom. Okay, release down. We're going to make our way up onto the hands and onto the feet. So we're going to come to a downward dog. Just take your time to move up into this. So coming into this inversion, relax through the shoulders. If you want to pedal through your feet there, you can, or you might just decide to stay still. And take some long breaths. And from here, we're going to come into pigeon pose. So you can lower down through onto your knees, or you're going to bring your right knee up towards your right wrist and turn out through the right hip. Now slide your left leg out long behind you. So that's important that we do. Slide the leg behind and think of your hips going back away from your front leg. Now you'll find a stretch around the right hip. If you find it gets too much into the right knee, just come onto your right hip, and you can always bend the left leg, a bit like where we were earlier. But if you're able to, try and square out through the hips here. Find that little bit of length through your spine, see how this feels. And then we're going to come down. So you can come down onto your elbows. You might clasp your hands and bring your forehead to your hands and relax there. See how that feels. You might then stretch the arm down in front and then bring the chest down. So you want to go to a point that feels okay for you to hold. Stay for a couple of breaths. So just making sure you're not clenching through your jaw. Let your jaw relax. neck and shoulders. And gently come up. And I'll come back through onto the knees. So just release that right leg, just there in your own way. And then we'll come back to that downward dog in between sides. So we should feel quite a difference there in the legs. Okay, then let's bring the left knee forwards into our pigeon pose on the other side. So we're turning out through the hip, sliding the right leg out long, so thinking of your hips going away from your front leg. You okay, just try and level out through your hips. Make sure it feels okay in your knee, and then come down slowly. So control yourself down rather than collapsing down quickly. Just enjoy the journey to get into all these different poses. Being aware of your transitions. Not being in a rush. Just taking your time, slowing down. Take one more breath. Now we'll come back up. Let's find our downward dog one last time. Just coming up slowly, stretching out through those legs again. And then we're going to be making our way around onto our backs. So take your time to roll around. In no rush. So you lie down here. Make sure you're comfortable. Keep the left foot down onto the floor. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. You're going to hold onto your right thigh, or you might just keep your arms by your sides, up to you. Shoulders will be relaxed. Flex through the right foot, so you're trying to lengthen through the leg as much as you can. Then you're going to bend your right knee and point your toes to the floor. So we're going to lengthen through the leg, extend through the knee, flex the foot, and then bend the knee, point the toes down. Keep this going. Working through the knee and the ankle. Shoulders will stay relaxed. Okay, and then keeping the leg long, flexing through your right foot. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Turn out through your right hip and take the arms out wide. You're going to drop your knees or legs towards the left. Anchor down with that right shoulder. And then come through the middle, take the knees towards the right. So your right foot is pulling your left knee down. And then come through the middle, inhale, breathe in. Exhale, take the knees to the left. And inhale. Exhale, take the legs to the right. You can turn your head side to side as well. We'll do one more each way. A bit of controlled mobility through the spine. And then come back to the center. Switch legs, bring the right foot down, take the left leg up, either arms down or hold on to the leg. Flex through the foot as you lengthen the leg, and then point the toes as you bend the knee. Keep that going. Make sure no tension comes into the shoulders. See how it feels on this side. And keeping the leg long, flexing through the foot, cross the ankle over the left thigh, arms come out wide, and then take your legs to the right, so you can look to the left. And then inhale through the middle, exhale, go the other way. And again, each way, rolling out through the lower back, feeling a little release around the hips too. The body stays relaxed. And then we come back to the center. Bring your knees up in towards your chest, hands onto your knees. Just do a little push of the knees forwards and back. Seeing how your back is feeling now. You might then circle around. And then we're going to take the legs up to the ceiling, both legs up. You can hold onto your thighs if you need to, or just let your arms come up too. Just find a little bit of movement there into the wrists and the ankles, the fingers, the toes. Just let your whole back relax onto the floor. Shake out the hands a little bit, you might shake out the legs a little bit. Shaking off any tension. Okay, let's take another breath in and out. Bring your arms down and then lowering your legs down. You might do that in a controlled way, both legs or one leg at a time, or just bending the knees. Just keep the back relaxed. Coming down with the legs. Take a moment, just pause with the arms and the legs heavy onto the ground. Breathe in through your nose, deep breath. At the top of your breath, pause for a moment, holding your breath. And then exhale, feel your body relaxing down to the ground. Take a few moments to breathe, to catch up with yourself, to soak up the benefits of everything that you've just done. Feeling more in tune with your body, more at ease. And then I'm going to stretch the arms over the head. Let's bring the legs in together, straighten out the body, lengthen, breathe in. And then breathe out, draw your knees up in towards your chest. You might bring your nose up to your knees. And then mindfully move your way up into a seated position. Just coming around here. Staying relaxed around the hips and the back. taking that breath in to reach the arms up. Palms together, and exhale, hands come down to the chest. Just bowing your head down, closing your session. Namaste.